What is up, movie lovers? Welcome back to the Past the Popcorn podcast, the only show where the popcorn is fresh, the takes are hot, and spoilers are usually accidental. I'm your host, Nick, here with my co-host, Rob.
What's up?
And we are absolutely pumped you're here today. Whether you're a casual streamer or a diehard cinephile, you have come to the right place. Today we are cutting through the hype, breaking down the shots, and diving deep into the films that have us all talking. So grab your snacks and find your seat. The show starts right now.
You know, we need to get one of those, like what do they call
A
them?
slate.
Yeah, slate. And the show starts right now, and do that. Let's do that. Let's work on that.
I mean, I have many of those.
You have many of those?
I have many of those.
There's working slate?
Yeah, I have working slates.
Oh, yeah. You were a film student.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was
okay.
a film student, so
Oh, my gosh. How many degrees you have?
I have 2 degrees.
Oh, wow. My gosh. I have a lot of degrees, too.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Good for you. That's way to go. Hey, welcome to Pass the Popcorn again. It's been a great holiday. Lots of movies. Typically, the format that our episodes go through is they start with a kernel of news. We are not really going to share much news. There hasn't been a lot of new news.
Hasn't been much.
But we are
since
going to do a
the last
special
one.
episode here soon that you might get to see on that. So I'll share more. You'll see more. Just pay attention to what we're releasing. That'll give you more information. But what we typically do is we do kernel of news, post-popcorn perceptions, which is reflections on movies that we've seen, and then we get into our movie of the week.
Absolutely.
And so let's jump right in to post-popcorn perceptions. What have we seen this week? Because we saw a movie together.
We did. We went and saw Marty Supreme.
Yeah, Marty
A24
Supreme.
movie. Josh Safdie.
Timothy
Chalamet. Timothée Chalamet.
Yeah, Timothée.
And it was really fun. It was insane. It's a Safdie brother movie.
It was honestly, I shouldn't as an avid movie watcher, I should not have been surprised with this movie, how it felt and what it looked like. But it surprised me. I was very surprised by it. I was shocked by it many different times. That I was like, man, it kept me guessing.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, it's a ping pong movie, so you don't expect some of the stuff that comes in it. But when you remember that it's a Safdie brothers movie, and you think of the stuff that they've made, like Good Time and Uncut Gems, it's like you really shouldn't have. We really shouldn't have been surprised.
Yeah. So if you are a person that listens or watches our podcast, and you're thinking whether to go Marty Supreme, one thing you should know is it's a Safdie brothers movie, so like it's a little rough.
It's R-rated.
It's R-rated.
Definitely not a kids one.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean that it's necessarily a bad movie. It's a very good, well-done story.
Yes.
But if you're going into it thinking like sports movies, like Remember the Titans or any one of these things, this is not a sports movie.
No.
This is a movie about what ambition costs. And I think that's the best way to describe it.
Yeah. What ambition costs and how much are you willing to do to achieve your dreams?
Yeah, I mean, he plays a interesting character, and as usual, Timothy Chalamet gets lost in the character, and I mean that in the best way possible. He's fantastic. Yeah. He's really, really good. You can't help but like him, but you also hate him.
Oh, yeah. He's one of those characters that you're going to just love, but in the back of your mind, you're like, God, this guy's the
You're
worst.
like, if I met this person
this guy's actually the worst.
in person, I would want to punch this person severely. So, but I loved it. I thought it was fantastic. It was one of my favorite movies I saw. Well, I guess this year now.
Yeah, that's so far it's the best movie I've seen this year.
Yeah, it's the best movie I've seen this year. I don't know. I've seen another movie since then.
It's the best movie I've seen this year.
So, I've seen 2 other movies since, and Nick's actually going to come over to the house tonight and catch up on one of these.
Yep.
So the first one is the Paul Thomas Anderson movie, One Battle After Another. Has Leonardo DiCaprio in it. It is the big awards contender this year. I think it's going to get the most nominations next to maybe Sinners.
Okay.
It's big. It's a big action movie. It's not what you'd expect from a Paul Thomas Anderson movie, a guy who made movies like Boogie Nights, and he made movies like, I know that's your choice, one right there. But you're talking about movies like Magnolia, and you're talking about movies like There Will Be Blood, and all of these, all very well done movies. But to me, like the Coen brothers, their greatest movie, in my opinion, is No Country for Old Men. Which No Country for Old Men is an amazing.
No Country for Old Men is an amazing,
incredible movie. This is Paul Thomas Anderson's No Country for Old Men.
Really?
And I mean that as the greatest compliment. It feels like that. It feels like his version of that. It's not the same story. And if you've thought anything's politically and you're like, oh man, I'm just gonna be offended by this because it talks about immigration and some of these things, I think everybody should watch this movie. I think it's just a good story.
Again, has Leonardo DiCaprio in
it, and he kills it. He's incredible. He's maybe he may be the best performance of the year in this, and he is so good. But that also leads to my next one. I also watched Begonia, which is on. Begonia is on Peacock right now. Emma Stone,
bald Emma Stone,
Jesse Plemons, and a young autistic actor, autistic actor who is so good in Begonia is great. But it's Yorgos Lanthimos. He made. What is it? He made The Lobster. He made The Favorite, Pretty Things. All of these. He made a lot of these, and ultimately, what you find with this movie is about someone who has gotten so absorbed into conspiracy culture on YouTube. And it's not really political. It's just really more. This guy has been totally absorbed into conspiracy culture. He is completely. He feels like he has all the answers to the world. Have you ever met somebody who watches YouTube videos like crazy and they act like they know everything?
Oh yeah,
from
absolutely.
YouTube videos.
Absolutely.
This is Jesse Plemons' character. He might be the best performance of the year. He is
really
that good.
Really,
he is that good in this movie. It's so good. The ending is crazy. It's a wild movie. All three, Marty Supreme, One Battle for Another, Begonia, I recommend all of them. I loved them all myself.
It's that time of year where you're getting a lot of the more crazy big budget, or not big budget, but big movies that are coming out because they want to sneak into the awards season.
Yeah.
But at that same time, it's always a good time for movies.
Man, I think
you get the really artsy indie style of movie. That
and
is
what's
great.
interesting about Begonia, One Battle After Another, and Marty Supreme is all of these feel like an independent movie idea, but money has been put behind them. Like they've been given an actual decent budget, so they can explore some bigger things and take some bigger shots and some bigger risks. And so it feels like a bigger movie. There are some indie movies that I love, and then there are other indie movies that I'm just like, but there's big budget movies that I love.
Yeah.
And then there's big budget movies that I'm all,
this got funded?
This has got funded. Who decided to spend $200 million on this? Avatar, Fire and Ash. I'm just kidding. I liked that one. I liked, not loved, but I liked that one. So check out all of those. Anything else on our post popcorn perceptions? Do we want to?
I think we have to, just because of the time that it is.
I knew we were going to go there.
In case you were living under a rock.
Yes.
Stranger Things had its series finale on New Year's Eve, where they released the last episode, 2 hours long. The culmination of 10 years now of 5 seasons for Stranger Things, which is crazy that it's been 10 years. Like, I think about that and I'm like, man, the first one came out a while ago.
And you as much as I hate it, you can tell, from the jokes that you were making when we were watching of Dustin's 5 o'clock shadow.
Oh my gosh, dude. Dustin has such a 5 o'clock shadow in one of the last scenes. Like, in the last battle scene, he's covered in goop, and it's just 5 o'clock shadow, and he's supposed to be like 15 or 16.
Dustin's 5 o'clock shadow to Millie Bobby Brown's Eleven's lips.
That's it's not even just me being critical and being like, oh, Millie Bobby Brown. The internet at large saw that she got lip filler or some Botox. You could see it. Like, I was like, there's no way, these are filters. And then in watching this last episode, I went, oh, it's real.
Yeah.
I'm like, why do you? It was taking me out of it a little bit.
It's occasionally distracting.
Occasionally
distracting. And the truth is, those reviewers that were bashing on Stranger Things a little bit because of Mike looks so much older and everybody, I mean, they're not wrong. It took way too long to get through this, but these kids became stars and they had other projects. I mean, Finn Wolfhard has a band and has released albums. You got Joe Keery
has a band
who's released album and has
Sadie
a hit
Sink.
song.
Sadie Sink releases. They all release music.
Sadie Sink has been on Broadway. She's been in Oscar-nominated movies. She's been at Cannes Film Festival. You've got Millie Bobby Brown, who's married to the son of John Bon Jovi. She's had a kid. She is adopted a kid, as well as they're adults now.
Yeah, and that's what last episode we were kind of talking about, and I thought about it more was they tried to do the yearly thing where they were like season 1 is 2016,
Harry Potter,
season 2 is 2017, and then I think they were like we need to take more time to figure out how we're going to do stuff. The kids had to go do other projects, and it took more time. And then
especially after season 2 being not really that great.
Yeah, so it was like after that, then they were like, okay, we got to take time. Stuff happened. Like season 3 came out 2019. Then you have a pandemic, a strike. There's so much that pushed this off, and you can see it when the people who are supposed to be kids aren't kids. The people who played the teenagers, they were always in their 20s.
Yeah,
but now they're in their 30s. So you see that stuff, but I mean that doesn't take away from the enjoyment of the finale. I know there's people who just adamantly dislike it. Like so many things, there are so many plot holes, and I don't see as many plot holes. I do agree with one being
the Demogorgons.
Not even the Demogorgons. I've heard a theory that was the Mind Flayer consumes all and it needed a physical body. What did we see it do in the real world? It people and rats. What is it going to do in the
so it's
the
pulling
abyss?
all of its power to itself.
Yeah,
so that it can't.
It made its body out of the Demogorgon
because it built this massive body.
Yeah.
In the right side up. Was it right side up?
Yeah. In the right side up, they did it in season 3. So then, if you look at it now, how is it going to get a body? Because it's always been a smoke being. Yeah. It needs a body. Where does it get that? The Demo Bats, the Demogorgons, the Demo Dogs.
And he's made out of flesh.
So he needed them.
I think they could have. It would have taken 2 seconds to
show that. You want to know what else would have taken 2 seconds? The other massive plot hole that I'm like, yeah, no, that actually makes sense. Yeah, the military kind of just let them leave. After Nancy murdered a ton of soldiers in front of Dr. K. Like Hopper did it in the Upside Down. Nancy, in plain view in public, murdered a bunch of people, and they went, oh, well,
I mean, they were trying to kill Nancy and all.
11's dead, so.
But, the truth is, my biggest disappointment from it was the waste of Linda Hamilton. Linda Hamilton is a top-tier, great action actress.
She should have gone out in a
sci-fi.
really cool. She there's not enough death. She could have died, and it should have been in a really cool way.
They just felt like they needed to get back to them, and didn't really do anything with her or the army. And it feels like there's a whole segment cut out for time.
Yeah,
which they didn't have to. They could have made this episode 2.5 hours long, and we all would have watched it.
Everybody would have watched every second of it.
We would have watched every second of it. So to me, that is my biggest bugaboo. Is honestly cutting out anything major, because you set up this major thing, you bring in this actress like Linda Hamilton, then you do nothing with, or even give a proper death scene. But that being said, overall, story, payoff, execution, I felt like they nailed it. They did a really good job. This is a great episode. Is it a 10? No. Is it an 8? Yeah, 7.58.
Yeah, around there.
Yeah.
There's certain things with writing and things, but I mean, it is lots of people say pretty much the epilogue by itself, they're like, we love the epilogue. The epilogue is done really well. That's great. They just have issues with a lot of stuff prior to the epilogue, and I can see that. I can see all of that stuff.
Yeah.
I did really enjoy the epilogue. I thought they tied things up nicely. It's going to be weird not having it took forever, but not having another full season of Stranger Things to look forward to. We have the animated series. They said they're going to do a spinoff, but not having Mike, Will, Dustin, Max, Lucas.
Oh yeah, if they would end up doing something. And there's been, and please let me ask you as a viewer, There's a lot of stuff coming out online about all these projects of Stranger Things. They're not real.
No.
They have not confirmed anything yet.
The only two things that have been confirmed, well, there's three things confirmed. One, the animated show.
Animated series, which is coming out this year.
Two, the spinoff that takes place with none of these characters, not in Hawkins. And the third thing is the Duffer Brothers are going to Paramount. They signed a contract with Paramount. Yeah. Anything else you see it's like, hey, the Stranger Things cinematic universe, that's not real.
That's not real.
That's not real.
Yeah, so don't believe it. Without spoiling anything, and for those of you that listen to the episode and you have not watched the end yet, just spoiler alert. Big spoiler alert.
I said
right
a spoiler earlier, so this is probably a bad idea.
Yeah. So spoiler alert, but if you haven't watched it yet, just mute this section for the next 60 seconds.
Yeah.
Is she dead or is she still alive?
Oh my goodness! There's so many parts of me, and when we watched it, there's so parts of me that was like, she's alive.
Because there's the end of I want to believe. I believe that she is. I believe she's gone.
The more I have thought about it, and the more that I have watched people talk about it, there's so many things that just point to her actually being gone. I mean, I still want to believe. Yeah. I still want to believe that there was something happening in the background.
That she's there with the waterfalls.
She's there at the waterfalls. But I think
Scotland or Ireland.
Yeah, I think more realistically she's not. Yeah. But I will die on the hill that I believe. No matter how much the Duffer Brothers could come out today and say, yeah, we just did that to give you guys false hope. And I'd still be like, you're liars and snakes. I don't believe you.
I believe she's gone. And I believe that was all part of their processing. That's part of what Hopper is setting up in the conversation he has with Mike. I could give 1,000,001 reasons, but I believe that she is gone, and I believe that's okay. I think I told Nick, I told everyone had asked me, who do I think is going to die, and I thought the most likely deaths were either
Steve Harrington.
No, I never once thought Steve was going to, although I love what they did.
Gosh.
To make us all sweat. I thought the most likely deaths in this season were either Hopper or Elle, but not both. It was going to either be one of them, but not both of them. And I'm glad they gave Hopper an opportunity to start his life over again. And I'm glad that Elle was able to make the decision she felt that she did it under her choice. So I loved it. I thought it was great. I will watch it again, although I've been so immersed in Stranger Things the month of December. I need a break from Stranger Things.
I started watching season 1 again yesterday. Yeah. While I was doing laundry, I turned it on.
I need a break. Because me and Ash, my wife, rewatched during the whole month of December. We watched season 1 through season 4, all of it in the lead up. And so, I need a break from Stranger Things.
Yeah, I had a thought and it just left my mind. I'm trying to remember what I was
about Stranger Things.
Yeah, it was about Stranger Things.
Was it about Steve?
No.
Dustin?
It had something to do with Hopper.
Starting against
No. It had to do, if I had a nickel, Rob, for every time.
Oh, here we go again. This
that
guy.
David Bowie's Heroes was used in a series finale, I'd have 2 nickels. Which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it has happened twice. And do you know the other show that uses it in its finale that at least it might be in more, but at least that I have seen?
What?
It is Regular Show's season finale song.
This guy in Regular Show.
Lots of people are saying, hey, Regular Show's was better use of that song. So one day I'll show it to you.
Lots of Regular Show fans are saying that.
No, lots of just people in general who like that said, hey, this,
So people who have never, ever seen Regular Show are all like,
I'll show it to you at some point, and I can get your thoughts on it, because the series finale for Regular Show made me cry.
Yeah, Regular Show's massively overrated. Massively overrated. I'm trying to mess with him right now. All right. Well, that leads us to, now that I've truly upset Nick. I'm sorry, Nick.
It's okay.
Are you going to be able to get through this episode?
Yeah, I can finish the episode.
Oh, okay. All right. That brings us to our movie of the week. We spun the wheel, so tell them what we do each time.
So we spin a wheel that has movies from my movie library, movies from Rob's movie library, movies that are not in our movie libraries, but we would like to watch again or for the first time.
Yeah.
At the end of each episode.
It's a forever evolving wheel.
Ever evolving wheel. Last week's episode landed on Step Brothers. Will Ferrell, John C. Reilly, Produced by Judd Apatow.
Yes. Directed by Adam McKay.
Directed by Adam McKay. This movie...
It's a great comedy.
We talked about how we would be, in the last episode, we might not even need to rewatch it.
And we did anyways.
But we did rewatch it.
And we quoted the whole movie.
I am a one who quotes movies to the detriment of those around me. Like with Scott Pilgrim, I said really I could do annoying. It. With Step Brothers, I was pretty much saying every single line they said.
It was really bad. I mean, I've sat next to his family in movie theaters, and they're all exactly alike. And they all do this. It's pretty bad. It's genuinely a problem. There were several times that I was like, please, just stop. Just stop. It's great. It's so quotable.
It's so quotable. So many people quote it. So many people who might not know that they know Step Brothers, but then they hear, dude, did you touch my drum set? That's Step Brothers, in case you didn't know. That scene is in Step Brothers. I guarantee you, if someone has quoted Step Brothers to you and you just didn't know that it was Step Brothers.
Well, and Adam McKay tends to make these movies that are, you were talking Anchorman, we're talking Talladega Nights, we're talking Step Brothers, we're talking The Other Guys. You're talking The Big Short. You're talking Vice. All of these. And his progression, Adam McKay as a filmmaker, is like he starts by making movies like Anchorman, which seem purely silly.
Yeah.
Seem purely silly. But ultimately Anchorman is all about a different era of time where it was male dominated. Mm-hmm. It was, the ego of men dominating media, but then he goes from that to Talladega Nights. And when he does Talladega Nights, it's talking about like a person who is, who has this incredible identity, or this incredible success with zero identity.
Exactly.
Like he has no idea who he actually is.
I don't know what to do with my hands.
I don't know what to do with my hands. I don't know how to do anything. It's so good. And so all of these, from this movie to Other Guys, it's talking about money being stole and like what was happening, the corruption in our government and bailouts and all this stuff. Big Short and Vice. This is when Adam McKay is starting to get into like, he's still funny, but he's just being a little more direct with it. Step Brothers, on the other hand, is all about Arrested Development. I don't mean the show. I mean, Arrested Development is a term that talks about the concept of adults that refuse to grow, that refuse to grow up. And they're stuck in their ways. They're entitled. Mm-hmm. And that's what Adam McKay's talking about here is what happens if you have if you have a society of men or women, but they focus on men who refuse to grow up and we enable their childishness. Mm-hmm. What would happen? And I read something interesting, Nick, that this movie was actually a movie that they did that Adam McKay made after Talladega Nights. He intended to do another movie with John C. Reilly and Will Ferrell. Mm-hmm. And whenever he did this was meant to be something really easy that they could do after they made Talladega Nights. Because Talladega Nights was, races, big setups. I mean, Talladega Nights is
lots of product placement.
So good. Lots of product placement, all this kind of stuff. Step Brothers is the opposite. It's filmed mostly in a house. In a front yard, mm-hmm. in a backyard. It's a totally different kind of filming experience. So this one was meant to be easier, but they recorded over a 1,000,000 feet of film was used to record Step Brothers.
It's probably all the different improvisational takes.
It is.
That movie, like, it just strikes me as one that they had an outline and they went, hey, Will, John, just go for it.
They actually literally made over 1 million feet of film. So much film that Kodak sent them champagne and saying, "Hey, congrats! You guys have used a lot of film and made us a lot of money. So go for
you
Kodak."
You guys are making like a Christopher Nolan type Tenet film, right?
and what they're ultimately making is a 98-minute comedy.
Like, hey, no, we have a guy lick white dog crap in this movie.
Oh my gosh. You know what we need? Nick? We need the McKay cut Like the Snyder Cut for Justice League. We need the McKay cut.
Well, I told you there was an extended
but that doesn't even scratch the surface.
It adds like 7 to 8 minutes of footage.
Oh, they say, from what I've heard, there is hours of Step Brothers footage out there. And what I will tell you about Step Brothers for our viewers,
R-rated movie.
It's an R-rated movie.
This is not a kid-friendly movie.
This is not for kids.
Mainly due to language.
Yeah.
Pretty much just language, actually.
But if you are an adult and you like these kind of comedies, like the ones I've mentioned before, Anchorman, all of those, you'll love this one just as much.
If you like Will Ferrell.
And John C. Reilly.
And John C. Reilly. You'll like this movie. If you like, this is a 2008. Isn't it a 2008 movie?
Yes, 2008.
This is late 2000s comedy. So like it's a different era than we're in today with comedies.
We don't really make movies like this much anymore. I mean, I'm telling you, it's like we said on our last episode when we talked about Anaconda. Anaconda feels like a steer back in the direction of making these silly comedies like this.
But it is like Adam McKay had that good undertone of the Arrested Development, like you said, but it is just a funny movie. Like you have these two people who meet at a medical device conference, and they instantly fall in love and get together, and they go, "Oh, the guy's like, I have a 39-year-old or a 40-year-old son named Dale who still lives at home," and she's like, "I have a 39-year-old son named Brennan who still lives at home." And instant bond, connection.
It is shared trauma. Both of these people have this shared trauma of, oh man, I have never challenged my kid to grow up. And so they naturally, what do? They don't try to get their kid to grow up. They just both marry each other and go, oh my gosh, you get me.
You get me.
Because there's something about shared trauma. Like, yeah, I'm a father of an autistic son. You know, I meet somebody else. You know, my wife and I meet other people that have children with autism, and we're all like, oh my gosh, we get each other. We understand it. So, but imagine 40-year-old stuck at home, and these guys are the worst.
They're so then like
they're the best. But they're the worst.
You get them quickly at the wedding where Dale is just clearly unhappy that his dad's getting married, and Brennan's mom. I said this when we rewatched it. I'm like, man, she really just kind of outs him. Like, oh, you all know my son Brennan. He was going to move out, but he got fired from.
He got fired from PetSmart.
From PetSmart, and he's gonna be living with us. And he goes, I wasn't fired. I was let go.
I was laid off.
I was laid off, but you wouldn't know the difference. I didn't want salmon. I said it 4 times. And I was like, why did she need to? She didn't need to say any of that. She really did not need to bring him into this at all.
And I was telling Nick this when we were watching it. Mary Steenburgen was his mom, Will Ferrell's mom in Elf. And she was asked to do this, and she thought, well, there's no way, because if I were to actually be your mom as Will Ferrell's actual age, I would have been 11 when I had you. But she does it anyways because it sounds like a silly, fun idea. But she based her parenting technique in this off of raising real-life adult children. Now, not ones like this, but she based it off of those things. So keep going. Walk us through the movie.
From like this jump part, like after the wedding, you get started with so many quotes. Like one of our favorite ones where they're driving in the car. And he's like, I'm never going to call him dad. She goes, you're 39
not
years
even
old.
If there's a fire.
I wouldn't expect you to call him dad. And he goes, well, I'm not gonna. Even if there's a fire.
That is something a like 7-8-year-old would say. Not even if there's a fire.
And you get a cut between Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly's characters where they're telling their parents, he goes, hey, like John C. Reilly's like, we're men. You know, like there's things we like to do. We like to crap with the door open.
Yes.
Like to go on riverboat gambling trips. And his dad just looks at him and he's like, we have never done any of those things. But did you see a different perspective where they're both like unhappy that this is happening? And it's so funny. It's just because they go about it in completely different ways. Will Ferrell's like, oh, I know a guy named I smoked weed with a guy named Johnny Hopkins. So he's not that impressive. And John C. Reilly's character is more like, what if she doesn't love you as much as you think and she falls for me?
Yes. Like he's trying to hit on his mom. They're just reprehensible, terrible guys because, they're grown, but they're prefrontal cortex has not grown. They've not matured at all. And here's what's so interesting. Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly, the reason why they used like 1 million feet of film is because they improvised virtually everything. Like, this movie had a script, but it was really loosely followed.
I think that's just any...
Adam
I might
McKay.
be mistaken, but I feel like that's just any Will Ferrell movie. Like,
Yeah.
for the most part...
that there's a natural direction we're going to go next, but I want you to, like, it's like Adam
Like, get
McKay
us
is
there.
directing
Yeah.
him and telling him, he's like, hey, like, I want you to act like, just like, your mom's doing this, respond however you think would be funny.
He's like, here's point A, here's point B. I'm gonna let you do what you want to get us from here to there.
Yes.
And from this, they meet up in person. They're at the house. It's also underrated. Just the comedy line is when he goes, "Oh, how was the move? You look so good in your moving clothes. How was it?" And she goes, "It was great. The movers did everything."
Yes.
And then they come face to face
Again, proving they are not helpful at all. They are adult men who live at home, who do not help. They don't do chores.
They don't do anything.
They are.
Hey, I left you $20 for pizza. What if I want wings?
What if I want wings?
It's not enough, Dad.
He's 40 years old. These are emotionally stunted men who are entitled and stuck at home.
You got to call him Nighthawk. Got to call him Dragon.
You gotta call him Dragon. Absolutely.
We see it later in the film though. The parents talking, they go, she's like, I always wanted to know how come, why didn't Dale ever move out or like make something of himself? And he goes, well, he kept telling me that he was going to join the family business. And she's like, well, you're a doctor.
You're a doctor.
He's like, trust me, I've told him that. She goes, what? And he just goes, it's all about who you know.
Again, but that's another one of those great Adam McKay, like Anchorman, when in Rome. You're just saying things to be saying them. And there's something very funny about saying lines that you don't have any idea what they actually mean. But it's all who you know. About being a doctor.
And then we hear about why Brennan is so, at least something with Brennan is he sings in high school at a talent show, and his brother, played by Adam Scott,
oh man,
takes over the choir of this. He's singing a song from Pirates of Penzance. Penzance.
Yes.
And his brother takes over the choir and starts to traumatize him. And this is also one of my favorite parts of the movie is they're chanting something. I don't want to say it, but they're chanting something, and there's just this, they cut to a picture of an old guy, and he's just like,
and the old guy is chanting it too. And rewatch
chanting.
all of these sections. Like, there is a section later on with a bunch of kids that we'll talk about, but this section that he's talking about with Adam Scott, and interesting factoid, Adam Scott, this was really like his first major foray into comedy, where he had to be literally trained on comedic acting because he's very dry.
Yeah, and he's going up against Will Ferrell and John C.
And he
Reilly.
is so good, and he hangs in there with both of them, and he's such a jerk, which is so not who he is in normal life. But as he's yelling these things, they're all high schoolers, but I love that they don't de-age Will Ferrell. They don't de-age Adam Scott. Everybody up there is all adults acting like 17, 18-year-olds in high school. It's hilarious. This movie doesn't care at all about any of that kind of continuity. The whole movie is just a big joke about making fun of emotionally stunted, entitled men in this case.
And then from this point, like it's weird how rapid fire this next section is, because this is like the section that is quoted so much.
Oh, there's so
and
much.
is known so much is when Dale and Brennan fight with each other a lot.
Yes.
So like they do things to mess with each other, like writing on the back of Brennan's shirt, "I love crystal meth," and him doing makeup on him. Which in the extended edition, I remembered in the extended edition they do more.
Yeah,
like they show more stuff that they did to mess with each other. And it comes to a head where there's one rule in the house, as Dale says. There's one rule, and that's you don't touch
my drum set.
You don't touch his drum set.
Interesting fact. I found this article about this, so let me read this to you. this quote from this article. So John C. Reilly recalled that he had a brother who was over the top about not letting anyone touch his drum set. So that is based on a true thing. And that just made Reilly obsessed with wanting to sneak in and play it when his brother was around, just in spite of him. And I mean, I remember, like, I have a stepbrother who I love, my stepbrother, Jordan, and if he listens to this, and I love him, but I was that same way. Like, he had a bunch of hats in his room, and he was all like, don't mess with my hats. And I remember coming home from the military, I think I was on break, and I went into his room, and I switched the spot of every single hat in his room. Just so childish, so dumb. And, like, I switched the spot of every hat in his room, and he came home, and he was all, and he yelled some things at me. Who touched on my freaking hats? And this is the same kind of thing happening. But it's based, did you know that? It's based on a real story.
I did not know that. That makes it even better. And so we get to the point where Brennan is sitting there. He walks past the room and he like looks at the drum set, and then he touches it and he plays it and he's messing with it. And he's laying on the couch. And this is one of the most quoted scenes from this entire movie is when Dale comes in and he goes, he's like, why are you so sweaty? He's like, I was watching Cops.
Yes.
He's like, I can't have your feet on the couch. And he goes upstairs.
Cops isn't on at that time.
He goes upstairs. He looks at his drum set and he's looking. And the thing that tips him off is there's a chip in the drumstick. And he comes down and he goes, hey, man, do you touch my drum set? He's like, no, man, I didn't touch it.
Oh, it turns into a massive fight.
That scene's so quotable. It turns into a massive fight. Again, in the extended edition, you see more of the fight, and it's so good. But we get to the point where they're calling Mr. Dobeck, and he's like, hey, you have a call. He goes, Robert, they're like animals. And he shows up. Dale's shirt is ripped. He's shirtless. One of them has a baseball bat.
Fighting
one of them
in
has
the
a golf
front yard.
club. His mom has a hose spraying at him. Brennan's character is yelling rape. And like then they swing and they hit each other both in the head at the same time. And they pass out.
And that's what's so funny to me is they come back to that scene when his mother is talking to Will Ferrell on the couch. And Will Ferrell is sitting there and she's all, at one point you were screaming rape. And he was all, and Will Ferrell's all like, I genuinely thought he was going to rape me
for a second. He had the craziest look in his eyes.
He had the craziest look in his eyes.
And at one point he said, let's get it on.
It's just like, it's so insane. Like, but the way Will Ferrell talks is he even changes his voice in this movie to talk like a paranoid child. Like, he's so good. They're so good.
And it goes to, I said this to Rob, there's also a good line.
This movie would not work if you didn't have two fully committed comedic actors.
You need Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly.
Yeah.
You need people on that level. There's Mr. Dobeck comes back and he goes, that's it. And he's yelling at him. And this is one of my favorite things because it's like something that I was like, I feel like I've said that before, is he's like yelling at Dale and Dale just goes, Dad, why are you talking to me like this? I'm your son. And he goes, I'm not buying that crap anymore.
Yes. No,
and it's ultimately like, you guys are gonna fix the drywall that you broke. You guys are gonna go to these interviews, and they're still like not getting in. He goes, "That's it. You guys leave me no choice. No TV for a week." And that's when they finally lose it.
Yes. Again, these are entitled incredibly immature. So ultimately, Derek comes and visits.
Oh yeah, Derek shows up with his family.
And you'll find in any good movie, if you want to make two people that are mortal enemies of each other, what is greater than a common enemy?
Martha.
And
Martha's greater.
Martha's greater than a common enemy. So ultimately, you need. We constantly are referencing Batman v Superman in this one. But what brings two people together more than a common enemy? And with them, Derek becomes the common enemy because Derek is just the worst. And
we were hunting have you ever been down there when the bonita fish run?
Bonita run.
Are bonita fish big?
Well, it's a trophy fish.
So yeah.
Sorry for ruining the conversation and maybe the whole night.
He's like, hey, don't get mad at Dale for ruining the story, and possibly
the whole evening. And then he goes out.
I'm guilty as charged.
He goes
with the stories.
With the stories. Guilty as charged with the stories. He's so good. Adam Scott is so good. Oh my gosh, this is a reminder. Them driving to the house for the party.
They're singing $1,200 for voice lessons, and this is what I get. His wife is singing terribly with Catherine. Catherine Hahn is his wife, and his kids, they're all singing so well. And he's like, when he gets to it, he's singing it, and he like gets in his wife's face, and they almost crash the car.
Derek, and I can sing high like this.
And they almost crashed the car.
Okay,
Oh.
so interesting factoid on the scene, and I'm sad we almost missed that. That's such a great important scene. So I found another article that talks about how the when they meet the biological Brennan's biological brother Derek, who's the opposite of Brennan in every way. When they first meet him, he is driving with his family. He's singing. According to Adam McKay, the movie's music supervisor insisted that the singing be live rather than looped. So everything in that car is happening live. But
Nice.
Because when you listen to Derek's, you're like, but Derek's isn't, that can't be his voice. And it sounds like he's singing to a recording. But here's what's happening. Everybody is singing live except for Derek, Adam Scott, who is mouthing the words of a guy standing directly out the window of the car singing the song, and he's mouthing with him singing.
Yeah, sorry to break that illusion for you. They're not actually driving on the road.
Yes.
Except for when they almost crash. But if you couldn't tell why that is, I can't get into it right now.
But Adam Scott is like keeping his eye on the singer to make sure his lip syncing matches this, and he is so committed. Oh my gosh, it's such a funny scene, and it's a great setup of like the kind of family he has and the kind of person Derek is. Ultimately,
he visits Dale and Brennan in their treehouse. And it's another time where we see
inappropriate 40-year-old things.
Yeah, we see another time where Adam Scott is replaced by somebody not Adam Scott.
Yes,
because he's like, I haven't had a carb since 2000.
Check out my washboard abs.
And he pulls up his shirt. He goes, "You see this? You want to touch this? I lathered this up with Kiehl's in the shower." And then he's like, what's going on with you? He's like, you look like you want to punch me. He goes, you do. You want to punch me right now. And then Dale punches him. I can't say the quote, but it's so funny.
My gosh.
This movie's so funny.
It's so funny.
But he lands on this leads Derek's wife to fall in love with Dale.
Yes.
Very much so.
A very
hard
relationship, but she doesn't care. She hates her husband.
She hates her husband, and she loves that Dale
loves Dale,
punched Derek.
and she loves him. And falls into him. Well, she does that too, but she falls in love with him.
Yeah. And after this, we get to the point where they find common ground. They finally start talking to each other, and he's like, oh, maybe we could be friends. And then they bond over quite literally everything. They feel the same way about everything.
What's your favorite dinosaur?
Velociraptor. 3, 2, 1. Velociraptor. If you were a girl, who's the one guy you'd be with? John Stamos. John Stamos.
Yeah, that's his name. And so they in the weirdest questions. The magazine, Good Housekeeping.
What's your favorite magazine? Good Housekeeping.
So, they and then all of a sudden they start playing and having fun together, and the bunk bed.
Oh my gosh! Hey, Mr. Dobeck, Mom, Mr. Dobeck, stop calling me Mr. Dobeck. Okay, Mom, Dobeck, can we turn our beds into bunk beds? Here's what you guys have interviews in the morning. Yeah, but we'd have so much more room for activities.
Activities. It's how Will Ferrell says it.
Activities.
That is so. He's changing his voice to like sound like a child. He's so good. Interesting factoid. Again, more of these. Will Ferrell shared that his musician father, who wasn't specifically handy, nonetheless, built a bunk bed for Will Ferrell that always felt shaky and precarious, like it was going to fall apart. That was Will Ferrell's like, hey, we should build a bed out of these two beds that was based on his childhood. And so, there's so many of these things from the movie that are based on real life from them.
That bunk bed is also a hazard.
Oh, my gosh.
That bunk bed is a hazard.
Built out of hockey sticks and extra wood and everything else.
And he jumps on it, and it crushes it. It's so bad. There's so much blood. Why would you let us do this?
And he cuts his arm, like right here.
There's like a little scratch. He goes, does that look as bad as you think it is? No, that's right. Yeah, you'll be fine. Smacks it.
Smacks it. So this leads to Dale and Brennan. So ultimately, their family has been fed up with them between their fighting, them acting like dummies, all this stuff. And Dad and Mom have both said that you guys need to go get jobs and make something of yourselves. Their
master plan is to wear tuxedos to these job interviews, and they interview as a team. This is a montage sequence. where
Great montage
sequence where we see them all like interacting with people. Well, how about we interview you? How much do you make a year before taxes?
Yeah, he's asking them. Let me interview you, and then Pam. That he keeps calling Pan.
Are you saying Pan?
Pan?
Pam?
Pam? Pan?
P-A-M-N?
Hello, Miss Lady. Like, there's just every single one until they finally get
to Seth Rogen.
The Seth Rogen,
cameo.
A very young Seth Rogen.
He's a football coach. He's like, I just want to hang guys that I can hang out with for 12 hours a day.
Help take care of equipment.
Help take care of equipment, joke around with. And he goes, you guys are, the tuxedos. Yeah, it's hilarious. You guys are hired.
Yeah, this is a for sure thing. And then they fart.
And then John C. Reilly rips the longest fart. He goes, I can taste it. Is that onions?
Yes.
Ketchup? It's on my tongue.
Yes. And you guys should leave.
You guys should leave. And then in leaving, they're like, oh, they start talking and they're like, hey, we need to forget all these jobs. What do we have talents wise? He's like, I'm a world-class singer. He's like, I'm a beat master. What can we do with that? We got to make it happen. And they're like, okay, we got to work on this. Like, we got to go home. And they...
Oh, and also, those interviews were all based on real interviews that Adam McKay and some of the staff had heard of.
Oh, God.
All those things most likely really happened in real life. Isn't that insane?
I feel bad for that guy who farted. That's rough.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh. For real. These are based on real things, and he farts in the interview. So you're leading into Prestige Worldwide?
Yeah, but they go. So on their way home, he's like, we can't go this way, but it's like if we go this other way, it's really long.
Oh yes.
And he's like, all right, man. The 12-year-old. He's like, I told you we can't do this. And they go past this school, and these kids come over and they start talking trash to him. And Brendan, who's not experienced this, is just like, hey, leave us alone, kid. Like, they're just kids. We can do this.
Yes.
And the kid walks up and he goes, I'm gonna punch you in your face. He goes, and he walks over and punches him, and then they start beating him up. They go on the seesaw, make the seesaw, smack him in the head. They're spinning him around on the what is it called? The merry-go-round.
Yes.
And then they make him eat white dog crap.
Yes.
Like they make him.
I got a belly full of
white dog crap, and you lay this on me.
Another interesting. I'm always trying to bring the did you knows. Here's something really interesting. Adam McKay said he had heard a story about an adult in his neighborhood backing down after one of McKay's 12-year-old friends physically threatened them, so that whole thing again is based on a real idea. These kids are, they're stunted. They're children. They can't even stand up to children. They become friends. They don't pass their career failure and everything.
We finally hear Brendan sing in front of Dale. He's like, I gotta hear you sing. If we're gonna make this happen, I need to hear you sing.
Let's give them something
to talk about. How about love? Yeah. And in this entire scene, you just see Dale looking at him, and he's just like,
there's a tear.
Yeah, there's a tear in his eye, and he goes, dude, you're really good. And he goes, for a second there, I felt like I was out of my body looking down.
Yeah.
And he goes,
you're like a mixture of Fergie and Jesus.
And so they go, we need to make a music video. And we get our next part with Derek, where it's Derek's birthday.
And this is all part of they decide, hey, instead of getting jobs, let's start our own thing called Prestige Worldwide.
Prestige Worldwide.
And Prestige Worldwide is going to be our company where we sell... I don't even know what Prestige Worldwide is
supposed to be like accountants, music
media,
producers.
They sell black gloves,
security,
investors,
possibly you.
There's no real direction. This is like making 2 7-year-olds come up with a company that they want to build, and their logo is terrible and awful. It's drawn.
And so they present this to their families at Derek's birthday. And
it's important. Can I set up something real quick before the dinner? So before the day, it's important to know that throughout the entire movie, the dad keeps saying over and over again, one thing he wants to do with the wife is he wants to go
sail around the world.
He has this sailboat. He loves the sailboat. He takes Dale and Brendan out on it. Brennan gets pushed into the water. Like, it's just, it's a constant setup in the movie that he loves his sailboat. This sailboat means more to him than anything else in the world. Go.
So at the dinner, they go, everybody's giving Derek his gifts. And he goes, oh, we have a present for you. And they like pull up this projector and a screen, and they're like, all right, everybody. And they show slides of them outside of their house with like nunchucks, the black gloves. They're trying to get investors, and they go, all right, now everybody, here's the world premiere of our first music video. I'm not gonna say the title of the song.
Yes,
but they're on the dad's boat, singing, and the dad automatically goes, wait, who's steering the boat? They didn't cut it out of the music video. It's the boat crashing.
Oh yeah, the song is disgusting.
The song is disgusting.
It's these guys. It's terrible. All this stuff, and they're so funny. Which I actually heard that there was the idea of actually releasing a Brennan and Dale full album.
Oh my gosh, that would have been.
And there's other recordings apparently out there.
Well, they have probably so many songs.
Yeah, and so, but then they
crash the boat. The dad freaks out, and they're driving home, and he's talking about it, and he's like, you crashed my boat, you goon.
Yes.
And the mom's trying to defend them, like, we thought you like that was very creative.
Very
and
creative.
He goes, creative? They crashed my boat.
Well, and she rightfully says, like, what you did was terrible, but ultimately it was really, creative, and for you guys to come together.
Gentle parenting at its best.
Gentle parenting at its best. This splits them against each other, so mom and dad are... He doesn't see things the same. He goes and gets drunk at Cheesecake Factory.
Cheesecake Factory. This is right before Christmas.
Right around Christmas. The boys are sleepwalking, and they destroy everything at Christmas.
Can we open one present? Oh, it's Hulk hands. Dale got Hulk hands?
Yeah, I know. It's just... again, everything they do is all part of this setup. It ultimately causes them to...
Yeah, the next time we see Derek at their dinner, and they're like, oh, we have something to tell you. We're splitting up. Dad's like, I'm going to go live with a friend. I'm saying that he's selling the house because it's his house. But he's like, I'm going to go live with a friend. And the mom found a place in the city. And Dale and Brennan are like, what? No. Whose fault is it? He goes, it's nobody's fault. And he goes, no, it's 110% your fault. And Derek, one of Derek's best part is Derek goes, honestly, I could have seen this one coming.
Yes. And he's just eating his food. He's like, man, I could have saw this one coming.
When Dale starts crying, his wife starts crying.
Not Dale's wife, but Derek's wife
starts
crying.
And
Will starts crying. They all start crying. They take a picture, and and then the song. I love the song they use. Like, Who Gets the Family Bible comes on, and Who Gets Family Bible, and they are like broken as they're leaving their house, and these guys have to go and like live their lives. And again, we get another montage because this movie is a lot of montages.
Oh yeah, well they have one more fight.
Yes, where they try to kill each other.
Yeah, they try to kill each other. Where he's like, he goes and starts playing his drum set again, and he gets hit in the head, and he falls over and he goes, "Get up, you big faker!" And he starts punching and kicking him, and he digs a grave and he's about to put him in it, and he goes, "What? I killed you. I watched you die.
Yes,
I used ninja focus to slow my heart rate down."
Because Brennan wakes up, Will Ferrell wakes up, and then steals the shovel and knocks Dale, John C. Reilly, over the head, buries him, and then he comes out of the ground.
I'm gonna sleep good tonight.
Oh my gosh! And we didn't even mention the sequence of
where they try to keep Derek from selling the house,
where they act like a Nazi and they act like
a Klan member,
and dead bodies. And there's just so many. This movie is filled with tons of just one-off little sequences that are so hilarious.
They're so good.
But ultimately,
they do the montage of them getting old, of like them like actually taking care of themselves. Brendan doesn't have any toilet paper. Dale is reading who wrote it? It's like Monterey or something. His like Montel Williams. A Montel Williams book. Going to bed at 8:43.
Yes.
He gets a job. Dale gets a job at a catering company. Brennan gets a job with his brother leasing helicopters.
Who is going to, and then he gets there. Rob Riggle is so funny in this movie. Veteran, thank you for your service, Rob Riggle. Pow, pow. And
saying pow.
And Will Ferrell, Brennan decides like, hey, I want to take on
the Catalina wine mixer. I've been to Catalina. This movie is big there. Like, they sell Step Brothers merch everywhere
with all of the cuss words on the shirts and everything. It's a big part of it.
It's the freaking Catalina wine mixer.
And so what they try to do is he says he wants to take this on for Derek. It's like, this is perfect.
He's like, if you do well, I look like a genius, and if you don't, I get to fire you. And if you mess with my profits, like Kobayashi.
Oh yeah. And and you get through all of this, like they're seeing therapists.
Brennan's in love with his
seeing Dr. Angelface, as he calls
love
her.
with his therapist.
And then Dale's seeing his therapist, and it's just funny how they are interacting with all of them. But they grow up somewhat. They become pseudo adults.
Yep.
They go here, and they're talking to their family, and their family starts to realize that maybe this was some sort of plan to try to get mom and dad back together
by Brennan. And but you can see he's like, oh yeah, he's like, I'm taking baby aspirin because it lowers my risk of heart attack.
Oh yeah, they're saying things that they're talking about the weather, and they're talking
hey,
about
you still got your night vision goggles? No, I sold them so I could pay for car insurance.
Yeah, exactly. They're talking like adults. Well, their parents are so off put by them being adults. These 40-year-old men, they're so off put that what they end up doing is this, this band that's there at the Catalina Wine Mixer, that is a late 80s a Billy Joel specific band, and the singer is played
we only do late 80s.
The singer is played so well by Horatio Sands from SNL. Horatio Sands did a ton of skits with Jimmy Fallon back in the day, and they always laughed, and he's so funny.
Doo-Wop Joel sucks.
Yeah. And honestly, he's only doing what is considered the worst era of Billy Joel music. So everybody there wants him to do the better. They want him to do Piano Man, and they want him to do all these, and he just cusses them out. Horatio Sands does. We're not going to do that. And they kick them out. That means the whole Catalina Wine Mixer is ruined.
It's ruined.
It's ruined because it's one thing.
It's just one thing. He's like, "You're Brennan. You're fired." "Oh, I just got fired." "Oh, well, we could do this." He goes, "No, I'm gonna do the sensible thing. I'm gonna file for unemployment, and then I'm gonna get a job at Enterprise Rent-A-Car because they give you the tools to be your own boss.
They give you the tools to be your own boss." That's such a great line. But then Dad comes over,
gives it a rousing speech about finding your dinosaur.
Yeah, finding your dinosaur, which I literally wrote a sermon about. And it's like so good because the dad is like, and what you need to know about this speech that he does, Richard, what's his last name? The actor that plays the dad in this one. Can you look that up real quick?
Yeah, I can look that up.
Richard's, I forget. And so the dad gives this rousing speech about like, when I was young, I wanted to be a dinosaur. And my dad said, you can never be a dinosaur. But then Richard Jenkins, yes. And so Richard Jenkins goes, I want to be a dinosaur. But then Dad is serious. And so everything I tried to do.
It's like, you're 17 years old. So it's time to stop being a dinosaur.
It's time to stop being a dinosaur. And he goes, and all I wanted was to be a dinosaur. And I love, what was Will Ferrell? What did he end up saying to him, Brennan?
He's like, that's physically impossible.
That's physically impossible to be a dinosaur.
How's that a skill?
How's that a skill? But here's what's funny. Richard Jenkins' entire speech of be a dinosaur is all ad-libbed. Adam McKay said, hey, just go out there and like tell the stupidest story you can. And Richard Jenkins tells him, he's all like, what do you want me to tell him? Like, be a dinosaur? And Adam McKay's like, yeah, do that. I mean, there are interviews of Richard Jenkins saying that's exactly what he did. He goes out there and then he's like, they're never going to use that. And Adam McKay's like, yeah, we'll never use that. And it's the one he put in the movie.
He put in the movie.
It's so good.
And it's just like a good, in context, I got to think about it. He's like, oh, I always wanted to be this, but I said I'd go off to medical school and then I'd come back to it. But I forgot how to do it. He lost how to be a kid.
Yeah,
he lost it. So they go, and then Brennan starts playing on the drums his song from the music video.
Yes.
And Brennan goes, you know what? Okay, I'll come over there. Brennan starts singing, and we get people having these emotional moments where
he's singing Pavarotti. He's singing
like the parent, like the
opera.
We get Derek's wife envisioning Dale as a centaur. We see his therapist.
Derek his therapist sees him as a lumberjack breaking in.
Big burly lumberjack. And Derek remembers a time when he helped him fly a kite.
Yeah. So it's all these really ridiculous.
Their parents are starting to dance and come back together. And it saves the Catalina wine mixer. And Derek is like, I'm not really good at this, but I don't want to punch you in the head quite as much.
Oh yeah, and they have the most awkward hug of all time, which is so
They've
terrible.
never done that before.
If we weren't
Will
stuck behind
Ferrell
these
were
mics, we try to
Will Ferrell punches him in the gut,
punching, and then they wrap arms around, and then
and
they end up in a high five. Yeah, there we go. They end up in a high five, and it's fantastic.
And his therapist is like, I'm really proud of you for what you did in the most platonic, clinical, like professional way possible.
And the whole family of enablers are all, oh, you don't want to be too eager.
He's like, you're a keeper. Yeah, don't want to seem too eager, but you're a keeper.
You're a keeper. And she's just like, you are enabler. She literally is telling them that that his family is enablers. Fast forward to the very end sequence. It's been about a year.
Yeah, I think they say it's about a year. Dale and Brennan have a successful karaoke business, and the parents are actually like interested in it. Like Derek's telling another one of his stories. They go, Derek, what did we talk about? And he goes, oh yeah, my bad. And then they get to tell him about, they're like we're running really professional karaoke here. Like if you can't sing, this isn't the place for you. Like don't come sing.
Oh my god,
you don't belong here.
Sit down if you can't sing.
And the dad goes, oh, we have a surprise. And they've taken the Gilded Lady, his boat, and they've attached it to the tree house. And it's full of their favorite things: crossbows, magazines, Chewbacca masks. And Will Ferrell goes, "It's all right that mine's not movie quality."
Oh yeah. So you get all this stuff in it, and ultimately the therapist says it. She says, "You know how messed up this is," and
dang can Brennan rock that pirate hat.
He can, and that's it. That's the movie. The movie, it was so great about Step Brothers is it is a dumb comedy. It's absolutely dumb comedy.
Absolutely dumb comedy.
But it's about delayed childhood, and it's about the toxicity of being so comfortable all the time, and it's about what happens when people refuse to change.
Oh, you almost missed one part.
And it laughs at immaturity, and but it also, like, I watch that movie and go, man, thank God I'm a grown up. But I am really grateful for a good comedy like this.
What do we miss? The credits play, and Dale and Brennan go back to the middle school.
Oh yes,
they like right after the cat. They fly in on a helicopter and they come in and they just start wailing on these. But they're not. I didn't notice this until this time watching it. The entire time you see me like. There's one point where they're spinning in circles, just punching, and you see like a 50-year-old guy go.
Yeah, they're all like big time adults. They're not like kind of adults. Like they're grown men and women out there getting punched.
Because obviously you can't
dressing up in like shorts and t-shirts.
Yeah, you can't have them beating up on actual kids. Yeah, but it's like I never noticed it. It's similar to like the Scott Pilgrim thing, where the further out you got, the less they look.
It's
like
one
Chris
of those
Evans.
movies that like, as you watch it, you just see more.
You notice more. Like that's why I love. And I wanted to do this podcast is because Step Brothers and these movies are ones that I have seen so much. And like there was something in last week's episode in Superman that I pointed out to you that that you were like, oh, you only really notice these things if you're watching it with like someone like me. But it was the part where he looks at her apartment and you only see Superman in the mirror. But there's like, I love watching these movies again. And I want to look for things like that so I can come and like have interesting tidbits.
That's the beauty of like what we're doing here is we are trying to get you to rewatch. If you, there's nothing wrong with rewatching a movie. Rewatching a movie can be one of the best experiences. But watch it with a friend. Watch it with somebody else. Share this podcast with somebody else who you know hasn't seen Step Brothers, or maybe they've seen Step Brothers, but they haven't seen it in years. And you just laugh together. Movies are powerful. They're great. And comedic movies, I love them, which ultimately leads us to what time is it?
It's time to spin the wheel.
Oh, yes.
Where we find out what movie we're going to be doing in the next episode. Not much to say. You ready?
Okay, let's do it. Drum roll, please. What is it?
Batman. Michael Keaton Batman.
Michael Keaton Batman.
We just did Superman. Now it's time for Batman.
Oh my gosh. All right. I love it. Michael Keaton Batman. So will we do Batman and Batman Returns?
Or, we can. Like, I only had Batman on there, but we can do Batman Returns.
Yeah. Maybe do like
Michael Keaton Batman.
Maybe break down some of the Batman. Or just focus on all the Michael Keaton Batman. And we can probably reference Batman Forever. and some of
Batman
that
and
stuff in there
Robin.
too. Batman and Robin. But yeah, we're gonna go through the 80s to 90s era of Batman.
Nice.
Which will be such a fun episode.
It's gonna be so good.
And we may invite a friend to come and join us for that one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. In between, we may have an episode for some specials. We may do some trivia things. There's a lot of stuff coming up, but we love doing this. This is a blast for us. Anything else you want to share?
Thank you guys so much for watching. Yeah, whether you're on YouTube, like this, follow us on Spotify or something, just so you can see when episodes come out. Fridays at 4 p.m. We really appreciate all the people who watch and engage and enjoy listening to us talk about movies. It's been a blast.
Yep. See you at the movies.